Look at this. I mean, really look at this grout. It's dark. It's slimy. It smells faintly of something you don't want to think about. And no matter how many times you mop that floor or scrub that shower wall, it just stays disgusting. If you've been living with grout that looks like this, I want you to know it's not your fault. And more importantly, it's completely fixable in a single afternoon. Today I'm going to show you exactly how to go from this horror show to grout that looks brand new. And I'm going to be honest with you the entire way through. No skipping steps. No pretending it's easier than it is. No magic products that don't actually work. Before we dive in, if you're tired of bathroom and kitchen grime beating you every single week, hit that subscribe button right now, because we cover real home maintenance content that actually works in the real world. And stick around to the very end of this video, because I'm going to share a sealing trick that most people skip. And it's the exact reason your grout gets disgusting again 2 months after you clean it. Why grout gets so disgusting? Let's talk about why grout ends up looking like a crime scene in the first place. Because understanding this is what makes the fix actually last. Grout is a porous material. That means it has microscopic holes all through it, and those holes act like tiny sponges soaking up everything. Mop water, shower steam, body oils, soap scum, cleaning product residue, and of course mold and mildew spores. In 2026, most homes are still using the same old cement-based grout that was installed years ago, and unless that grout was properly sealed after installation and resealed regularly, it has been absorbing grime every single day. The dark color you see isn't just surface dirt. A lot of it is embedded deep into grout itself. And that's why regular mopping or a quick spray and wipe never gets it fully clean. You're cleaning the surface, but the staining is sitting beneath it. Now here's the honest part most videos won't tell you. If your grout has been neglected for a long time, one cleaning pass probably won't get it perfect. You might need to do a deep clean followed by a second targeted pass on stubborn spots. I'm going to walk you through exactly that process, so you're not disappointed halfway through. What you actually need. Let's go through the supplies. I'm not going to load you up with a cart full of products, because honestly, you don't need them. You need a pH-neutral tile cleaner or a dedicated grout cleaner. I'll explain why pH matters in a second. You need a stiff bristle grout brush, not a toothbrush, an actual grout brush with a narrow head designed to get into the grout lines. You need baking soda and hydrogen peroxide, because this combination is still one of the most effective grout cleaning pastes you can make at home in 2026, and it costs almost nothing. You need a bucket, warm water, clean rags or microfiber towels, and grout sealer. On the sealer, do not buy the cheapest bottle on the shelf. Get a penetrating silicone-based or fluoropolymer grout sealer. These are the ones that actually soak into grout rather than just sitting on top of it, and they last significantly longer. You'll also want gloves, because some of these products aren't great for your skin over a long session, and knee pads or a folded towel if you're working on floor grout, because you're going to be on your knees for a while, and your future self will thank you. Why pH matters and what to avoid. Here's something a lot of people get wrong, and it's why their grout keeps looking rough even after cleaning. Highly acidic cleaners, things like straight white vinegar, lemon juice, or harsh toilet bowl cleaners, will absolutely strip the sealer off your grout, and over time they'll actually eat into cement-based grout itself, causing it to crack and crumble. Bleach is another one people reach for constantly. Bleach will lighten the staining and kill mold, which sounds great, but it's not actually cleaning the embedded grime. It's just bleaching it. The moment your grout absorbs more moisture and more dirt, that staining comes right back, sometimes faster than before. So we're going to use the right products in the right order, and your grout is going to stay clean dramatically longer because of it. The cleaning process step by step. Start by clearing the area completely. If it's a shower, pull everything out. If it's a floor, move your furniture and rugs. You want total access to every grout line, because the areas you skip will haunt you. Now mix your baking soda paste. Combine baking soda with just enough hydrogen peroxide to make a thick, spreadable paste. Think peanut butter consistency. Apply this paste directly onto the grout lines and let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes. Don't rush this step. The paste needs time to penetrate and start breaking down the organic matter, the mold, the mildew, the soap buildup that's embedded in the grout. While that's sitting, fill your bucket with warm water after the paste has had time to work. Take your grout brush and scrub in small circular motions along the grout lines. Apply real pressure. This is the part that takes actual effort, and there's no shortcut around it. You're mechanically agitating the loosened grime and pulling up and out of those pores. Work in sections of about 2 to 3 square feet at a time, so your paste doesn't dry out before you scrub it. After scrubbing each section, wipe it clean with a damp rag and look at your results. For most grout that's been neglected for a year or two, you're going to see a dramatic improvement right here. For grout that hasn't been touched in many years, you'll see improvement, but there may still be some deep staining in certain spots. Tackling stubborn stains and mold. For those stubborn spots, here's the honest approach. If you have genuine black mold, not just dark staining, but actual fuzzy or deeply embedded mold, apply a small amount of hydrogen peroxide directly to the spot and let it sit for 5 minutes before scrubbing again. Hydrogen peroxide is an effective antimicrobial that won't damage your grout the way bleach will. For dark stains that are purely cosmetic and not mold, a dedicated oxygen-based cleaner applied directly and left for 20 minutes before scrubbing will usually lift what the baking soda paste didn't. If after 2 full passes you still have spots that won't budge, I want to be real with you. That grout may be permanently stained or physically deteriorated to the point where recoloring or red grout is the only fix. I'll mention that option briefly at the end. But for most people doing this for the first time, the 2-pass method will get you results that genuinely shock you. Once you finish scrubbing every grout line, do a full rinse of the entire surface with clean warm water and a clean mop or rags. Make sure you're removing all the cleaning product residue, because leaving it behind will actually attract dirt faster. Then let the surface dry completely. And I mean completely, not just surface dry, but truly dry all the way through the grout. For floor grout, give it a minimum of 2 to 4 hours. For shower grout, ideally 24 hours with good ventilation, or at least run a fan for several hours. This step is critical for what comes next. The sealing step that most people skip. This is a step that separates people who clean their grout once and watch it get disgusting again in 6 weeks, and people who clean it once and it stays looking good for a year or 2. You have to seal it. Once your grout is fully dry, apply your penetrating grout sealer. Most sealers come with a small applicator tip or a roller brush applicator. Apply it directly along the grout lines. You don't need to coat the tiles themselves, just the grout. Work in sections and apply the sealer generously enough that the grout visibly absorbs it. You should be able to watch it soak in. Let it sit for manufacturer's recommended dwell time, usually 5 to 10 minutes. Then wipe off any excess sealer from the tile surface with a clean dry cloth before it dries. Here's the trick I promised you at the beginning. Apply a second coat. Most people apply 1 coat and call it done, but grout that has been unprotected for a long time is hungry for sealer, and 1 coat often isn't enough to fully close all those pores. Apply the second coat 30 minutes after the first, following the same process. 2 thin coats penetrate more effectively than 1 thick coat and give you significantly better long-term protection. Let the sealer cure for the full time listed on the bottle before exposing to water, typically 24 to 72 hours depending on the product. When to consider regrout or grout colorant. Let's have the honest conversation about when cleaning and sealing is not enough. If your grout has physical cracks running through it, if it's crumbling or coming out in pieces, if you have sections that are missing entirely, cleaning it isn't the answer. That grout needs to be removed and replaced. This is a more involved job, but it's very doable as a DIY project if you have a weekend and the right tools. A grout removal tool or oscillating multi-tool with a grout blade makes the removal process manageable. If your grout is structurally sound but permanently discolored and you're not happy with how it looks even after a thorough cleaning, grout colorant is a fantastic option that most people don't know about. Grout colorant is essentially a stain and sealer combined. You apply it over your existing clean grout, and it gives a uniform fresh color while simultaneously sealing it. This works especially well if your original grout color was white or light and has yellow beyond recovery. The results look like new grout without the work of removing and replacing anything, keeping it clean going forward. Now that your grout is clean and sealed, let's make sure it stays that way. The biggest habit change that makes a difference is not letting moisture sit on your grout. In the shower, run your bathroom fan during and for 15 minutes after every shower. Wipe down the shower walls with a squeegee after each use if you can build a habit. This one action alone dramatically reduces soap scum and mold buildup. For floor grout, use a pH-neutral cleaner for your regular mopping, and avoid anything with harsh acids or heavy perfumes that leave waxy residue. Reseal your grout once a year in high traffic or high moisture areas like showers and kitchen floors. Mark it on your calendar. One afternoon per year to reseal is infinitely easier than the deep cleaning marathon you just did. If you do this consistently, your future cleaning sessions will be quick and easy because you'll be cleaning the surface of sealed grout rather than try and pull embedded grime out of bare porous grout. It's one of those home maintenance habits that genuinely pays off in a way you can see and feel. Common mistakes to avoid. Let me leave you with the most common mistakes I see people make, so you don't repeat them. Using a steam cleaner on grout seems like a good idea, and it does loosen grime effectively, but the high heat and moisture can degrade sealer rapidly. So if you use steam to clean, reseal immediately after. Using scrubbing pads or steel wool on grout will scratch your tiles and rough up the grout surface in a way that makes it collect dirt even faster going forward. Stick to the grout brush. Applying sealer over damp grout is probably the #1 reason people feel like sealer doesn't work. It doesn't penetrate properly if the grout still has moisture in it. Patience on the drying step is not optional. And finally, using too much water during the cleaning process. Flooding the area and letting water sit in the grout lines for extended periods is essentially doing the same damage that years of moisture does. Work in sections, rinse efficiently, and dry promptly. That is the full process, honest, complete, and nothing skipped. Your grout went from disgusting to genuinely clean, and now is protected in a way it probably hasn't been in years. If this video helped you, I'd really appreciate a like, because it helps more people find content like this when they're standing in their bathroom staring at their grout, wondering what to do. Subscribe if you want more real, practical home maintenance content, without the fluff. And let me know in the comments what your grout situation looked like before you started and how it turned out. I read every comment, and I genuinely love hearing about the before and after results. See you in the next one.